And welcome back to Hot Box with the Boss. I'm Pete Walstab, and this is Pete Walstab.
Hey!
How you going? So you've been my boss for almost, or around 13 years now.
13 years, 4 months,
13 years,
6 days and about 3 hours.
Yep, I've quit once, I've been sacked once, and I've probably seen your penis more times than your wife.
Yeah, maybe.
Definitely. So,
do you want to look again? You always look down there.
Yeah, it's just something that you do. So what would say would be your biggest accolade in this place other than employing me?
An accolade for me, I would think the greatest thing for me was buying the business.
Yeah, beautiful.
That was highly stressful, highly rewarding.
I noticed.
No, you did notice, did you?
Yeah. Got full ball. That was good.
But yeah, also highly rewarding. And having the opportunity to run this thing how I'd like it to be run, which is into the ground.
Fantastic. And we're well and truly on our way there. Yeah. So speaking of accolades and, buying the business and stuff, if you could employ any ambassador on a full-time basis, who would it be?
Definitely not Sam Overton. 100%. And it probably wouldn't be Tom White because he'd outwork me. And he's highly motivated. I'm going to go with someone that was on your bookcase. He had a photo of that I never really got over. Matty Manol.
Matt Manol. Yeah, Matt Manol is
only
a champion.
Because he looks like Jesus. Everyone needs more Jesus in their life, but also the guy is just so freaking positive. I love his energy. He's a crazy, kooky cat. Who just makes me laugh the whole time.
So how about you tell us about how you actually ended up in Excellent Managers in the first place?
I was hairdressing, had a salon for quite a while and met Tim through Joe Giampo. We're doing rock edges, making scissors. Yep. I guess, became sort of one of Excellent Managers' first ambassadors as such. So doing shows and using their scissors and from there, I actually sold my shop up, had a bit of a midlife crisis at, I think, 23.
We've all been there. And then 26.
Yeah, 30.
32.
37.
Yeah. I can't go further.
And then went for a job at L'Oreal as a sales rep, which is hilarious because I'm the shittest colorist in the world. Went for an interview there and actually said to my wife, can't believe I'm going to become a colour salesman. She goes, well, you're a shit-ass colorist, even though I did become a finalist for the L'Oreal Colour Trophy.
Accolade.
Another accolade I'm very proud of. But yeah, rang Tim and just said, mate, he's like, oh, someone's spoken to you here. We want to get a bit more ambassador work. And I said, well, funny enough, I've got no job, got no money, got no life, and I've got nowhere else to go.
I've got nowhere else to be.
And so you started working here. Loved it, and it's still within the industry, which keeps me happy, but I'm not cutting hair on the floor, which I also like. It gives a lot of variety, get to travel, get to work with hairdressers, and get to share the craft.
Fantastic, mate. Fantastic. Well, speaking of travel, you've done a lot of it. I think at 1 year you did something ridiculous like 180 odd days of travel in that year or something like that.
Don't tell my wife I was 187 days
187 days away from home doing travel. So in all of that, what would you say would be one of your, or even a couple of your highlight travel stories and not getting naked with me in Japan?
Oh, there's been a couple. I'm going to tell it. Fuck it. I'm going to tell
it. Go for it. Do
it. Copenhagen.
Yeah.
I remember going to Christiania.
Oh, I recall that. Kind of.
And I've never been much of a smoker of pot or anything like stoner. Downers don't really agree with me. But I remember I was going through there and just had a puff on a joint. And I remember walking out of there and I think our lips are stuck to my teeth. I couldn't talk to anyone. All I wanted was a bottle of water and I couldn't even order it from a shop. So
So what happened next?
So I saw a puddle of water on the ground and I needed a drink that much.
I recall.
I had to sit down and drink water from a puddle like a dog. And I remember two people walking around the corner.
They were my favourite.
And all I remember doing was just looking up at them and then going back and drinking water. It's the last time I've ever smoked pot and I'll never ever do it again. Oh God.
Any others? What about when you ate whale blubber?
Yeah. All right, so we'd just been we'd been in Sweden and we were doing the 10 Dents finale show, which I mean, being in Sweden as well, it's always a big night and a big weekend, and truly hungover. And then the next morning we got on a flight to Iceland.
Your glasses are fogging up.
Yeah, no. It's because of the horror. It's getting hot in here. So we went to Iceland, and I remember rolling up, and I was so seedy, and turn around and there was just a whole platter of food that Baldor's parents, Baldor, hi, how are ya? Baldor's parents put on this amazing feast, and the first thing I had a look at, I'm like, oh, what's that? And it was a sheep head, like.
Wow. Like the whole head.
The whole head, eyeball.
Wow.
Lips, teeth, you name it. It was just sitting there. I was like, oh, I'm going to have to eat this, and I'm so sick. I don't think I could have even kept a bloody cheeseburger down, let alone a sheep head. So I sort of looked at it for a bit, and I was just like, oh, God. So I thought I'd start with the bits of little pineapple that they had there. So I put a couple of bits of pineapple in my mouth thinking that'll cleanse my palate. And I remember eating it, I'm like, what's this? And they're like, oh, that's whale blubber. Okay. That hurt a bit, so I took some little bits of like ham, bacon bits.
Yep.
And they're like, what? I'm like, oh, this is nice. What's this? And they're like, oh, tekik. And I'm like, tekik. And they're like, the sheep. And I'm like,
testicles.
That only means one thing, doesn't it? So I'm eating whale testicles. Oh, sorry, sheep's testicles. And then afterwards, I ate the sheep head. And look, and I tell you what, I was so hungover, but the food was actually delicious. The lip of the sheep was probably the tastiest.
That's all right.
The eyeball was difficult to eat, especially because there was the pop.
Apparently they're better with humans, but go on.
Yeah, I know. Way better human eyeball. But
easily better.
Having said that, like then all the other normal stuff came out, like leg of lamb and all that. It was a beautiful meal. It was just really, really hard to do at the start.
Yep.
But incredible. I guess one of the highlights of that as well was I guess that meal, but this is gonna shit you so much.
Go on.
I think that was the third or maybe the fourth time I'd seen the Northern Lights.
This interview's cancelled. Right, you brought up Sam Overton not going to see the Northern Lights when he had the opportunity to yesterday, and now you're saying it's the third or fourth time.
I'd say, yeah, mate, it's one of the most spectacular
things. Shut the fuck up. Just so everyone knows, it's like number one on my bucket list.
If you ever have the opportunity to go, look, I recommend it. I've got some footage on my phone as well if you want to look at it.
That's fantastic. Getting back on track. So we've all seen that you're a fantastic cook and a great chef. So I do believe that's what you were going to do if you weren't doing hairdressing.
It's either going to be, there were two things. As a kid, I always wanted to be a game show host.
Yep.
Or a chef.
Yep.
Then I started tossing up between hairdressing and stuff, and I picked the one with the better hours and the opportunity to meet people.
People
or girls.
Yeah. All right. So what would you say is your signature dish? If you had to pick one dish that you do perfectly, what would you say your signature dish is? Because I burn noodles, so I mean, I just taking notes.
Two.
Okay, we'll go two.
All right. I do one which is a slow cooked pork belly.
Okay.
Pork belly I love. And I'll do that with a mashed potato and a wilted spinach as well. It's quite delicious. And I do that for maybe, it's a slow bake.
That sounds fancy as fuck.
Yeah, baked in milk as well.
Wow.
Just because I'm lactose intolerant and I really like to get the shits afterwards.
Yep.
So.
I know you like to get the shits. That's cool.
I pull a lot.
I've witnessed.
And I think my other one is a coconut and lemongrass chicken curry.
So let's get back to some of the questions that you've asked others. So you got to kill one, have dinner with one, and you have to marry one. You got Tony, Jules Tognini, and Ryan King.
Oh. I gotta kill one of them.
Yeah.
Jules. What about if I had to marry him? I'd fucking kill him as well. I'm gonna marry Ryan.
Okay. Why?
Because I don't want to marry Tony or Jules. And then I thought about marrying Ryan and thought that's just as bad. Fuck it. I'll probably marry Jules. I'd go to dinner with Tony. I'd kill. That's a tricky. That's just hard.
All right, let's make it easier. The Bladesmiths. Jamie, me, and Darcy. You got
I already said this. I was killing you. I was living with Darcy and I was going to go out to dinner with Jamie. It's the shortest amount of time to listen to him breathe. Actually, killing Jamie would be good too. You'd stop the breathing.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, did you want me to think about that?
That's like you've already got this pre-planned.
Oh, I can't watch you eat.
Why? What the fuck's wrong with me?
Because if I can eat with you reversed, like a left-hander, you have the fork.
Jamie's left-handed also?
He doesn't eat like that though. He still eats the right way around.
Oh. So what would you say your favourite scissor is out of our range?
I am going to go with a GC50 left.
No, you're not.
From our range, I am going to go the Stingray.
Yep.
Purely on that blade geometry. Ooh.
All right.
You know that word, yeah. I just love the fact the angle of it, so that when it closes, it stays the same angle the whole way down. And I think that that's been one of the biggest advancements we've made here, is to have a scissor that cuts blunt without a serration in it. I'm so over serrations and stuff like that. I want to get that wheel on, roll it out the workshop.
Yeah.
Makes you happy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But just the fact that it cuts so blunt. But I mean, it's always so hard. It's funny, I've got a tattoo of one scissor on my arm and it's not even one of ours. It's the Fuji President as well, which they don't make them anymore either. I love that scissor as well. It's been one that's been around for a long time.
I mean, it's no Hikari Dragon, but...
No, it's no Hikari Dragon either, yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Shin, hi.
Yeah. So, talking achievements, so you've obviously got a beautiful wife, a beautiful daughter. What's next in the world of Pete Walstab after buying this? What's the plan?
I'm quite content at the minute. I want to go and pick up a new scissor van. I'm picking goals that I know I'm going to achieve today.
That's probably the best way to do it.
Look at this guy. He just makes all of his goals. I want to eat lunch.
Yeah. Mate.
Tick, tick. Going to get drunk. Look, I just, for me, I just want to grow this as a company and make it a really good, awesome avenue for everybody. Moving forward, and I don't know, maybe I'll get back into some salons at some stage as well.
Yeah, sounds great.
I don't know. I'm thinking of another salon. They're sort of same, but a bit different to other salons. Is that what I'm taking it or not?
Not sure. I think you could probably register it.
Yeah, I'll have a look. I
reckon set up in South Yarra or somewhere in there.
Yeah, Windsor.
Maybe. Yeah, Windsor is a good idea. Yeah.
I'm thinking, same, but totally different.
Yeah.
You haven't even asked me what my favourite drink is.
Okay, I'm getting there. Starting now. So what would you say your favourite drink is and not Coke?
Thanks for asking, Russell. Look, I've got 3, but if I had to choose one, it's probably going to be... Gin. A toss-up between, I guess, Patient Wolf or Archie Rose as a gin, if I'm going to go
very
you've specific.
Really narrowed down.
Yeah,
Mine's Jack Daniels by Jack Daniels.
A Pinot Noir in terms of in a red.
Who would you go for with your Pinot Noir?
Who would I go with? Piotr.
Yep.
Smells like nuts.
It did smell like nuts in my defense.
There are no fucking nuts in red wine, you
Turns
fucking
out
idiot.
there's no nuts in red wine. It did, however, smell like nuts.
I still never forget when you poured all 3 glasses of red wine into one.
Mate, they were all red.
It was funny. Or a Bolter XBA.
And if you could go on holidays with anyone in here, who would it be other than me?
Other than you?
Yeah.
I was actually going to choose you.
Yeah, but you can't.
Okay. Only because we have travelled a lot together, and every time we do a show, you're my room buddy.
Yep, we've slept in the same bed a few times. No.
You've crawled into my bed.
I have crawled into his bed a few times. It was like
I even built a pillow for it, which he managed to knock down.
It was 2 stories. Anyway, go on. Other than me,
I am gonna go with Danny.
Oh.
Because Danny's just positive the whole time. She's happy. I think she's scared of me.
Yep.
So she just does what I say as well. But no, she's very positive. She's always on the go. She's got that good energy that will always sort of be up and about.
So we're going to wrap this up unless you have any other questions you'd like me to ask you to ask you. That made sense.
Yeah, no, I actually understood it. It's the clearest you've ever been. No, I think you're good, Pete. Well done. You asked all the probing questions.
All right, well, we're going to give Russ a pay rise and we'll call it a day.
Thank you.